in Swamper.
So when I came to the audition, the first person that I met was Phil, the director. He just asked me all kinds of questions. Some of them were more personal and some of them were about my acting experience.
I was auditioning for a part that actually I didn't get.
We had a really unconventional way of casting.
I'm pretty sure I didn't audition at all.
I didn't know that I was auditioning. I thought that I was going just to talk about doing the makeup for the film, because I'm a makeup artist. And then they had me read lines, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll read these lines.
I talked to a couple other characters on the show, and they said that it was such a weird audition process that Phil does.
I would introduce people to the project, and then he would take them aside and do an analysis of who they were as a character so that he could see who would fit best.
Kind of answered maybe too candidly.
I was feeling like I'd have to be this real mean, aggressive person, and I was gonna maybe go off the wall and push it a bit further and tip some shit over.
We want you to cry. We want you to stand up and cry.
Really deep questions about childhood. Acting is psychology, film is psychology, so it makes perfect sense.
One thing about neo-realism is how they bring in non-actors, which is a lot of what Swamper did, I'm not an actor.
And actually putting characters in there that aren't real actors.
Just getting to know how all of the parts were fitting together is a good way to do an audition.
The character's Jay in the movie, and it's a coming-of-age story.
Brandon is a very stoic, it's like a very rugged and brooding actor.
I play his older sister. He had his emotions kind of bubbling right to the surface, which is, of course, exactly what you want.
My character's Mike. I did want to make this a little bit of a comic relief. Being at You Move Me around real swampers and kind of just sitting around in a circle, it was really easy to kind of get into character.
The character I played was Jeff. You have a guy who's an authority figure, but just can't control his gambling addiction. He recognizes in Jay instantly one of his own, but more as a gambler than as a mover. And the difference being, Jeff will gamble on anything, whereas Jay will specifically gamble on his talent.
I played Brie, kind of the positive and sort of uplifting person that came into Jay's life.
I played Pops, that's Jay's dad in the movie, the father of the lead role, and he played a loser father, which is really difficult for me to play, for sort of my character.
You can really tell when you meet a group of people, directors, producers, you can really get their enthusiasm, so it's almost going to be electric when you arrive, and so if I'm feeling it too, normally that's where you make a connection and then you can really collaborate.
I think the most surprising part for it was how people just worked together. It was just really great how the director knew what they wanted, how to get it, they sort of put it out there and they got what they wanted and everybody's happy.
People sensed that it just had a life of its own, and remarkable to see just the way the film grew and how people got involved and made it happen.
I kind of want to go back and do it again.